Because like all my friends are like, oh, I met this guy on Snapchat. Oh, I did this on Snapchat. I'm like, are we meeting people in real life? Like, are we having real life connections?
You basically get a picture of the person, a short description, age, height, whatever they want to put in there. And you just swipe left to right, whether you like them or you don't like them. And it's just basically quick speed dating on your phone.
Wow.
My grandfather always had a saying. He used to sing, "What do you get when you fall in love? A smack in the eye with a ripe tomato." I still don't really get what he meant. No, that's actually not true. I know exactly what he meant. Welcome back to Branches Between Generations. I'm your host, Clinton Nellist. Today, we're talking all about love. Now, I know for the teens, this may be some of a awkward conversation. Some of them even have their parents watching on the monitor in the next room. But I want to emphasize our seniors had some solid advice, not just about the lovey-dovey fuzzy stuff, but about the concrete advice that you need to start and maintain meaningful relationships throughout your life. Let's hear what our senior guests have to say on the topic, and let's see if it's more or less relevant than my grandfather's little rhyme. Welcome back to Podio Studio. We have 3 very exciting interviews for you guys today, all on the subject of love and partnership. First up, we have Peter and Keith.
My name is Peter Hall. I was born in the UK 1932, which makes me 93.
So my name is Keith Young. I was born in 2008.
Wonderful. And where did you grow up?
Here around Qualcomm, Parksville. I've been here my whole life.
Peter is our most senior coming in at 93 years old. He's going to be talking to Keith about his teenage years, and Keith is going to let him know a little bit about modern dating culture. Let's have a listen.
And we were allowed firecrackers in those days. And we used to do some things that we should never have done as kids with firecrackers.
Yeah.
We got involved in a lot of sport activities. As I mentioned earlier to you, I belonged to a swimming club, and I swam competitively, and I dived and played water polo, and that was your interaction with girls, because there was a lot of girls in the swimming club. And we had a little different system to what they have here. We didn't have a co-ed school. When I left elementary school, I went to an all-boys school.
Yeah.
And the girls were in an all-girls school next to the boys' school. So we never got to interact.
Yeah.
And a little bit different. And so, you never had a girlfriend until you left school and went to functions where the boys and girls mixed.
Yeah.
Whereas you went to school and probably had a sweetheart.
Just to circle back to the romance element of it. Are you aware of the term like a dating app, Peter? Do you know what that is?
No.
Would you be able to possibly describe kind of dating culture today?
It's interesting how it's changed, because a lot of people don't like going out and meeting new people nowadays.
Right.
It's like social anxiety and there's a lot of more mental health awareness. But people like kind of capitalized on that and developed like apps for mobile devices where you basically just swipe side to side. You basically get a picture of the person, a short description, age, height, whatever they want to put in there. And you just swipe left to right, whether you like them or you don't like them. And it's just basically quick speed dating on your phone.
Wow.
And it's it is interesting, but it also opens the door for many people to lie, extort. So it is a whole topic of itself.
Right.
Cover everything.
Yeah, completely different. It's hard for me to understand, but I agree that a lot of people don't feel safe going out and meeting people in a bar.
Yeah.
Awful things can happen.
Yeah.
We've seen it many times in the last few years where young girls have gone missing, and the last time they were seen was leaving a bar with a young man.
Yeah.
So I can see the beauty of an app which gives you the opportunity to meet somebody, but as you said, it too leaves the door open to lying and fraudulent things.
Yes.
Yeah. I never called a girl a girlfriend. We were girlfriends and friends, and I never had a real girlfriend until I met my wife. It was a little different story to living here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you meet your wife in the UK?
No, I met her in Canada. She was born in New Westminster in 1935, and for the first 7 years of her life, she lived on an island just south of Prince Rupert called Princess Royal Island. And there was a big fish cannery at a little community called Butedale that she lived in 35 is still standing today.
That's incredible. Is there anything that you've done other than engineering that has made you proud in your life?
Yes. Meeting my wife, getting married, and having 2 beautiful daughters that never gave me an ounce of trouble in school, and I was a very lucky man.
That's wonderful to hear.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you had a great life leading up to this point.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But so I guess we're clear, unless you guys have any final things. But
it was great to meet you.
Good to
I
meet
met
you,
you. I
Keith.
met you before, but it was great to
You
have a
did-
proper
that's right.
conversation
Yes.
with you.
Yes. Great.
our second interview today is between Shaun and Camden.
My name is Shaun Lee. They, them pronouns. My birth year is 1966. I grew up in Calgary, Alberta.
What is your name?
My name is Camden.
And what year were you born?
2009. I grew up in Kamloops, and then I moved to Nanaimo when I was like 6 years old.
Now, dating is notoriously difficult. It's awkward and frustrating at times, but for some groups, it can be even more challenging. And in this next interview, Shaun is going to share their experiences finding love, acceptance, and community, and how that has changed over the years. Let's have a listen.
I just want to ask, how is it going in the queer community? Because I'm like not, I would say, that educated as I would like to be, because like as a teenager, there's like not really much like awareness and all of that. So how is it like different for you?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I span a lot of generations from when I was 16. When I was 16, though, I was not out.
Yeah.
I was not self-aware.
Exactly.
And I wasn't out until I was 23. You know, I mean, yeah, I was 23 years old, so
Yeah.
it's like several decades.
Of course.
But back then, we didn't have social media.
No.
I'm older than Google, right?
Yeah,
like, we get that.
Google.
We understand that.
Yes.
So, you know, to even find each other was literally like softball fields or
Yeah.
soccer fields. They would hold dances
Love that.
every once in a while.
Yeah.
I grew up in a time when the words weren't even formulated.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, the word non-binary wasn't
Yeah.
even accepted till 2016.
Wow.
I was 90s when I came out. So, you know, a lot of these options weren't weren't out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what I've noticed over the decades that I've been around is that there is a higher tolerance for queer culture, for queer people. Even though it seems that because online is sort of the place where people are getting nasty.
Exactly.
But in real life,
everybody's amazing.
I have had very, very few actual negative experiences. So, but yeah, sort of going back to the relationship, building relationships and whatnot, whether they're friends or lovers or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of navigating to do.
There is,
just regardless, just as human beings. And we here on the island have fewer people, so there's sort of fewer of us.
Yeah.
And if I dive back into the queer world, there's even fractions of us around. So I think to go back to the dating, I mean, I'm on the other end of the system and went into the dating scene, which I quickly got back out. It's not my space. I don't care to date online.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people do that. I don't know if they're hiding or whatever, but I've basically come so far and I'm trying to be as authentic, genuine person as I can. So my way of doing it is just, we're going to meet.
Yeah. And even
just
as
meet.
Like somebody who's very like open to social media, I don't like to like just have a connection online. Like, yes, maybe we meet on Snapchat or something like that, but like I want to get to know you, not over line. Like I don't agree with that, you know. I would rather meet you in person or something like that. Like, you know, actually build a connection with somebody and get to know them, because I think online, like things can get so twisted and whatnot, like just from a simple text message, like somebody can read it wrong and then like assume something of you. So I just think that real raw connections are important and should be more, what's the word?
Commonplace, maybe?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And I think
more encouraged, because so much of today is online, and I think we need to slow that down a little, you know what I mean?
it's interesting because, of course, I'm on this end of it and thinking, you know, I've never dated online.
No.
Like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And it's been not a great experience.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, you're young where you live in that space. You were born into that space. And yet you are like, no, it's not a good space. So
No, it's not.
I'm finding
it's really not.
Online not to be a safe space, particularly when you're queer.
Yeah.
Lots of people are nasty out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the real person connection.
Exactly.
We just got to get back to real
Literally.
people connections.
That is what I've been saying.
Yeah. And so that warms my heart when it's coming from somebody of your generation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to encourage that, because like all my friends are like, oh, I met this guy on Snapchat. Oh, I did this on Snapchat. I'm like, are we meeting people in real life? Like, are we having real life connections? Like, I'll obviously support, but I would much prefer my friends are like getting actual good connections with people, you know? I don't know. I think online or social media and like being online is a messed up world and whatnot, and it's dangerous, honestly. And I don't think meeting people on there is smart, a good idea, or should be encouraged.
Well, like, where did you meet your boyfriend? Was it?
I went to school with him, actually.
Yeah.
That's like a good way to meet people. And like most of my exes and whatnot, like I've met them in real life, like not just online, because yes, we do text and whatnot. Like, you know, that's okay. But like I like to have actual connections. I think that's very, very important. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think a lot of, you know, maybe dating back to 2020 when we were kind of forced into a bit of an isolation.
Forced into being
it changed
basically being
our
on social
world.
media. Yeah. 100%.
And everybody's stuck on their phones. And I think that habit is continuing.
Yes, definitely.
Where it's just dangerous play. But I'm trying to think back to those days. It's like, wow, how did we meet each other? But it was all organic. There were no phones. There were no cell phones. Exactly. You know, make plans with friends to meet at a certain place at a certain time, and you just showed up.
You just showed up. You had to meet everyone in real life.
Meet them in real life.
Some of the teenagers now would lose it if they had to think about that.
Right. So it was an extension of, you know, having to get out there and put yourself out there.
I think that's a big thing now. Like everybody is so like involved in like just being on social media, like not really going out and whatnot. And I think I think there needs to be more, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like in Nanaimo, I find there's not many places for like teenagers to hang out and whatnot. Like, yeah, there's like parties and stuff like that, but like that's, you know, not even that often. I think there like needs to be more, definitely. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like there's just nothing to do. And like, yes, there's like Clippers games and whatnot, and I used to go to those and like that's fun. But I think we need more places for people to hang out. Like, not because like I would go to the mall, and that's how like I would make connections with people, was going to the mall. Like, and yeah, that's fun-ish when I was younger, but like now it's just kind of boring, like, you know, the mustache off. Yes.
Got to show different sides of me.
Different two sides of you. We love that.
Is she?
Yeah.
Jeez. Another comment that has been made maybe twice, and that's only a couple times in my life, is around choice, that they think that this is a choice, that I chose to be queer.
But that's not something that's true. You don't choose what? That doesn't make sense.
Which lands perfectly for your generation, because your generation is coming into a different time. It's music to my ears that you're not finding that right now, and I really hope for these generations coming through that
it just continues.
We dodged a lot of bullets.
Yes.
We did the protest march. You know, we're still out there. We're doing our thing. And I mean, even fast forward to today, we're still, you know, trying to protect trans rights.
Yes, of course.
And just, I mean, they're just basic human rights.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Some people, minority people, I will say this, the loud minorities are the ones that just want to cause the issues.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, I think we have a lot to show society, because we're the ones who have gone through a lot of, you know, tearing down our system, tearing ourselves down and inside and out, and whatever it takes to become and to come out of the closet. Like it's not even that. It's like, this is who I am. There's no closet. I wasn't ever in something.
We were in nothing.
I just had a realization, and this is me being my authentic self, and I'm queer, and I would dearly love one day that people can say that without fear. And if I can send any message to younger generations, is that there's enough of us around to help support you. Reach out.
Exactly.
Reach out to us. I'm finding I'm helping some people online, TikToks and stuff like that. Just some real genuine people coming forward saying, "Hey, I see you doing this. You know, that's really cool. Like, I wish I could do that." And then we just enter these really authentic conversations.
Yeah.
All right.
Could we get a handshake?
Get more in a handshake. We need these things.
Get him a hug. There you go.
There we go.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. The third and final interview in our episode today is between Rob and Aiden. What is your name?
My name is Rob.
And what year were you born?
Geez, 1970. Born in Richmond, a couple years in Qualicum, so I grew up in Port Alberni. Man, it's been life-changing.
My name's Aiden, born in 2010.
Awesome. And where did you grow up?
Chilliwack, and then we moved to the island.
I wanted to close out on this topic because not all relationships need to be romantic. Platonic relationships are equally as important, which is why Rob has some really good advice for Aiden on the topic of friendship.
Is there anything you would have changed, like, while you were in school with, like, friends and stuff? Because I've had a lot of difficulties with that, especially, like...
Difficulties with friends? Or?
Yeah, like, earlier on, like, with friend groups and stuff, just, like, kind of, like, drawn away from me, you know?
This is going to be, like, harsh, but people outgrow other people.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've had, like, a lot of different friends groups, and the reason being is that, like, when we first started hanging out and we thought everybody was cool and stuff like that, like, you'll realize, like, when you get older and stuff like that, and like maybe even a year or half a year, even 2 years down the road, it's like, well, you and I, we don't click anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so, because everybody's different. Like, I tried to keep the same friend group for as long as I could. And it's like, well, you see things differently than I do and vice versa. So you'll go through a lot of different friends groups that you'll know over time, right?
Yeah.
And the ones that are there when you're my age, that were there when you're young, are your true friends. I'm not saying the friends you had aren't true friends. They're friends at that time. It's like they're kind of there for, I'm like, not specific reasons, but they're there for a bit, right? Like everybody shows everybody things, everybody teaches other things. And it's like, okay, well, we don't agree with this and it's not falling out. So I'm going to go this way and then I'm going to go this way. And then it's be like, hey, so who are you? What are you up to? Type,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It's,
When I was like a bit younger, I thought I had like my best friend that I was going to be best friends with forever. And it was kind of sad because we don't talk to each other anymore now. So it's like, it was kind of like a shock for me that like, I don't know really how it happened. Like we used to hang out every day in the summer and like go on our bikes and stuff and just ride around. And then we just like all of a sudden, like he just stopped talking to me. And I was like, I don't know why this is happening. Like
did you
I would ask my
ever
parents.
ask, was it like,
I just didn't want to talk to him anymore after that, you know, because I was just like, whatever. Like, he's chosen to stop being friends with me, and maybe I should just let it go and figure out something else. And then I met my like now my best friend. Like I'm sure like he has a lot more like interests that interest me other than the other guy. It may be like offensive to him, but I found him a bit lazy and like not really outgoing. He didn't want to do as much stuff as me. Like he kind of just wanted to stay home. So it was hard to like get out of the house and hang out with him. And he would just like, cause I did a lot more physical activity than him.
Yeah.
So, cause I would play like so many team sports, but it was hard cause I had no friends in them. So I would see everybody else talking to each other and it would just be hard. And then I started doing like solo sports and stuff like that, where it was just like, I can just be on my own and do what I want and then like learn from other people,
right?
how to get better. And I've made friends within those sports now. Like I have a few friends in Whistler that live in Vancouver and Squamish and those areas, which is pretty cool, I think, to have friends like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So for that, with me, it would be going back to where like the things you had in common in the beginning kind of like just played themselves out, and like your other buddy that didn't really want to do much and get out of the house and stuff like that has, if I can say it politely this way, was replaced with someone who has the same interests as you. So that's where you're going to know or find that over time some of the people that you had in your life aren't going to really be there as much, right? And it happened to me all the time, right? I thought it was like, okay, well, you and I are like, we're tight, we do everything together, this, that, the other thing. And like I said, within, a couple years, like, well, what happened, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to know, you can probably find out. But I'm honestly like, if it's not going to crush you, just maybe just let it go and take it as experience. And then, cause everybody gets replaced, right? No offense. You won't get replaced. Right. But, it happens. It happened to me a lot. Like I had like so many friends, like every time, like even now, like I was supposed to be here last week and I'm not going to get all mushy, but not going to use this as excuse. But when Ozzy passed, right, my phone blew up because all my buddies that felt that connection of being introduced to that kind of music, and having that part of person in your life for that long is gone, so my phone blew up and it's like everybody's checking in, everybody's safe, everybody's okay, right? So and some of the friends that I have now weren't friends that I had years ago. Like I had probably, I'm going to say off the top of my head, probably 4 people in my life that were I was so tight with that we would do everything together, man. Like as soon as you pick up that phone, they're going to be right?
Yeah.
And we'll get into the phone conversation a while, right? And then they're gone. Like the older you get, it's just like everything changes, like we just kind of outgrew each other, and it's like you got your life, and it's like, okay, so you want to, like settle down and have kids and get married or whatever, and I don't. So you go and do your, and I'll just go and do my thing, right? And you just meet other people who, and I don't want to say replace, but it's really the only other word. Because if you're the guy that stays at home, like your buddy, you know, that stays at home, doesn't do anything, doesn't go anywhere, doesn't go outside, barely sees the light of day, like your other half isn't going to like that because they're always wanting to go places and do things and stuff, right? So, and for the ladies, I mean, I just go slow, you know, like they will find you. I mean, you're not like you're a trapped man, right? So just, they'll find you, trust me, man. And if you got like sports and all that outdoor stuff, like there's not really a lot of girls like sitting around inside playing freaking video games 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, if you are on the verge of getting a lady in your life, then just take it slow, right? You know, your first relationship should be a good one. Mine, believe it or not, I was 15 and I was kind of seeing my friend's sister and then got introduced to her friend. And it's like, wow, what do you do? Right.
Yeah.
So I started talking more to her and then we spent freaking 3.5 years together. So
Yeah.
I was like 15 to 18 on my first relationship. And then when that went to the wayside, it was, I probably waited maybe like 6-7 months or whatever. And then kind of met somebody else. I was like, and then that quickly played into another 3.5 years of my life. So in a nutshell, I would say probably from 15 till now, I've had 2 10-year relationships. So there's 20 years right there. I've had 3.5, almost 4-year relationships. So, I mean, dude, do the math. Like from 15 to now, I probably spent that with like 5 people.
Yeah.
You know what I
I'll
mean?
stay
So-
out of the girls' friends stuff because that's gone south for me pretty
What do you mean?
quickly. Just like the hanging out with their friends and then they have a boyfriend and then it's like because hanging out with them with their friend and then they have a boyfriend and then I don't know, you just like kind of got to stay out of that stuff because you don't really want to get dragged into other people's business that
No.
you don't like.
Say no
you
to
don't
drama.
belong in.
Right? Say
Yeah.
no to drama, man.
But yeah, it's kind of hard for me because I'm just all over the place all the time, and she's probably gonna want to hang out with me all the time, and then I'm just like, you know, I haven't been home a lot of the summer, so it's like pretty hard. I've been all over the place just mountain biking, so
Right?
but
Live your life, man. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't rush into anything right now. If you're happy doing what you're doing, that's the most important word of anybody's life is happy. If you're going to wake up and it'd be like, I don't know if you can bleep this out or not, but it's like, if you wake up in the morning, like, F this, F that, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. And then at that age, it's not going to go good for you for the rest of your life. Right. But if you
Yeah.
wake up happy and you have goals and dreams, like you're crushing it right now, like, you know, I'd just continue with that, you know, like everything happens for a reason. So like if you're tight with a group of people and your friends and stuff like that, and over time it just kind of dissipates to where it's like just you and somebody else or just you, nobody did nothing wrong. You know, everybody just ends up growing apart and growing
Yeah.
up and growing different things, right?
pretty fun conversation. I think I've learned a bit from you and
Kind of
seem
nailed
like a
it.
pretty
Right?
interesting guy. So
Right?
yeah.
Oh, I got good stories. We'll turn this off one day and we'll talk.
yeah.
have real conversations, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, but could I get a handshake from you too? or-
Absolutely,
Well,
man. No
thanks
worries,
for
man.
talking to me.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, my name is Clinton. Stay tuned because next time we're going to be diving into the topic of careers and education. What do you want to be when you grow up? Maybe you'll learn the answer in the next episode.